Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy Tactics. It's January 1st, let the war commence. Well, I should say, let the precursors to the war commence, because the Lion War hasn't officially started. Anyway, welcome back everybody. The hype in my heart has not died down since last episode. I'm recording this back-to-back with the first one, by the way, so I'm hoping you guys are still, you guys were on board with the beginning of this. You already know from me, I babbled so hard in that first one. The babbling shall continue today. We're going to kick today's episode off with actually going into the menu and doing some setup stuff. So I can show you guys some of the setup of how all the mechanics work, or at least the mechanics I'm going to give a shit about work. To start off here, you can see characters are sorted by their HP. Like how much, or no, they're not sorted by it, but you see their HP stat. You can see up there on the top, if you go through L2, R2, you can see everybody's stats, just if you can just sort it, or view each stat. CT is their, shit, how, I forget what they call that. Fuck, I forget what CT is called. I believe that has to do with what turn, like how fast they are, or what turn, something like that, with what turn they are in the battle. You can look at this menu in battle as well. Level and experience, it just shows what level they are and how much experience points they have. When they hit 100, they go up a level. Brave and Faith, I haven't talked about what those stats do, but essentially Brave has to do with attacking and getting how much damage you take, and Faith is magic damage and magic, like dealt and taken. I believe that's how it is, physical damage dealt and taken versus magical damage dealt and taken. Those are two stats I never really gave a fuck about, but you don't want those to drop super low. There are abilities that can lower them and raise them, which can be helpful and detrimental. So we'll see if we ever have to run into something that matters with those. So if you click triangle while you're in here, you can actually do different things. We can go into item. This just shows everybody's equipment, essentially. Right now, this is what Ram's equipment is. I don't think I have anything better to give him. I do have a mithril knife, but I'm probably not going to give that to Ramza. Squires can pretty much equip any blade, so knife or sword works, or dagger or sword, whatever. As you can see, though, the broadsword, does it tell me? Where's the attack power? It's not telling me. It's not really telling me the attack power here, which one's better. Oh, I guess it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I guess mithril knife and broadsword are the same. That's why I'm tripping. Okay. Anyway, leather hats, clothes, those are the first piece of armor. We have the battle boots, which are really nice. These are our first accessory in the game. They give you the ability move +1, and shoes. It shows you all those letters in the bottom are just representations of all the job classes that you can actually equip it to, which is basically all. But yeah, it's boots. They give you move +1, so on the battlefield, the character who's wearing those can move an extra space. I'm actually going to give those to not Ramza. I'm going to give those to my chemist. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And I think after last episode, I have went ahead and settled on the fact that I'm going to use Gina as my chemist, or at least to start. She's going to be my main chemist to start. I'm going to give her the mithril knife, actually. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to give the mithril knife to the other squire I'm going to use, which is going to be... That's the real question. I think I decided I'm going to use Dylan. So Dylan's in. So Dylan's in. Who's going to be my third, though? Do I want to use Berkeley or Leonard? I like Leonard. The name Leonard is not bad. I don't like the fact that Leonard is a fucking Big Bang Theory thing, but you know what? Leonard may not be a bad choice. I do want to have two mages. I'm basically going to have... So, I don't know. Thing is, for majority of the game, you're going to have a guest like you saw last episode when we had Delita. So you're only going to really get to use... Well, I guess you get to use 4 characters most of the time. I don't know. It's hard to decide. Early on, I'm probably still going to use 4 characters just because you can. But in general, there's probably only going to be 3 characters I care about most of the time. So I have to decide which 3 of those are going to be. That's the problem right now. And I think Dylan's going to be one. I think Gina's going to be another. Are we going to use Francis, or are we going to use Amanda? Or are we going to use Berkeley? Or Leonard? It really doesn't matter which. I just have to decide which one to use. This is a tough choice, actually. I'm probably going to go, since I already kind of started... Well, I mean... I didn't really give her any abilities, so I'm not really necessarily attached to Francis at this point. Who do I want to use? This is a tough decision, my friends. Oh, I'm having a hard time deciding. I'm kind of just going based on name at this point. Amanda? Do I want an Amanda? These are so generic names. I usually get better choices than this. Like more unique choices. These are... Berkeley is like the only real unique choice I had here. Do I want to use... He has pretty good Brave. No, he doesn't. Sorry, that was Dylan. Man, maybe I should use Francis. She has... I mean, her and Amanda are almost equal. Who do I want? I think I'm going to go with Francis. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going Francis. Alright. So that's my choice. I'm going Francis, and I'm sticking to it. I'm going to give... Okay, so who's going to be my fourth for now? Like I said, I'm going to have a fourth that I'm going to have to use sometimes. And so for now, I'll let that fourth be... We'll let that fourth be Berkeley. Just for the extra attacker. I'm going to give him... yeah, I'll give him the Mithril Knife for now. Just so he has equal attack with everyone else. I don't have to buy him a broadsword. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, cool. So that's that. Now we're going to go into abilities. You guys can see this whole set of equipment. Yes, this is a whole nother section. Okay, so for some reason, Ramza only had Guts set up in that opening battle. He also has Battle Skill and Charge. Those are actually for 2 jobs that we apparently have already unlocked with Ramza. That's good. I'll show off the other jobs in a second. But basically, Item is for Chemist. Battle Skill, I'll just go ahead and say, is for Knight. And Charge is actually for Archer. Those are for the ability sets. We can talk about what abilities you can do via those in a minute. This is your counter. What do they call this? What is this called? Does it have a name? Can I see with the select button? No. Basically, this is like your counter attack thing. Basically, when somebody attacks you, this skill, whatever goes here, will activate. Sometimes it's a counter attack, sometimes it's something else. We'll talk about the abilities as we get them. This one... Ooh, I forget what this one's for. Oh man, I'll have to double check. I think this one's like a passive ability. I forget what they call it. Like an ability that basically doesn't have anything to do with, like, you don't use it in battle necessarily, but it can affect things in battle. Like, we'll talk about it when we get some of them. And this bottom one is a foot, because usually it's a movement skill. So like move +1 that the boots give you, you can actually get that ability move +1. Again, we'll learn more about that as we get jobs. Everyone else, I'm going to at least give everyone else item right now. Everyone should have the base skill set set up because, well, at the beginning it's all you get anyways. Also, she already got level 2? Why does she get level 2? She's a freaking chemist. Weird. She got level 2 Squire. Yeah, we got to talk about that in a second too. Apparently Ramza did as well. Okay, so from here we go to learn. Now here is where you learn the abilities for each class. As you can see, Ramza already has the ability to become a knight or an archer. You get set up here to start. I think to start this off with Ramza, the first thing I want to make sure we learn is gain JP up. Now, this will be a very, very important thing to know for every character that you want to use. It does exactly what it says. Amount of JP earned in battle is increased. You want that, because every JP point, or J point, whatever you want to call it, job point you get, will help you get more of these skills. So the faster you can get these right off the bat, the better. So I suggest right off the bat, if you have enough JP, which I had over 200, it costs 200. If you saw the cost versus how much I had, right? I needed 200, so there it is. I got gain JP up. Now gain JP up is a passive ability, as I called it. It's not used in battle necessarily, but every time I do anything in battle now, I'll get more JP for doing it. There you go. Alright. Oh, I didn't really look at my other ones. Okay, so for Chemist, I could also learn something. Do I want to learn any of this stuff before, or do I just want to start learning items? I think at first we just want to start off just learning the basic potions, so we can heal with anyone if we have potions, and make sure you have Phoenix Down, so when people die, it will be the only way to revive anybody early on is Phoenix Down, so definitely get that for the characters who have it. As for Knight and Archer, we're not going to use these classes quite yet. This is a little early to start using them right off the bat, but just know that we will get to them soon enough. Dylan! We're going to use Dylan for sure. He doesn't have enough, so we're going to have to just roll with him. Does anyone have enough already? Berkeley doesn't have enough. We didn't use him. Francis, she doesn't have enough. Yeah, I'm just gonna save up my JP. If I don't have enough for gain JP up, I'm gonna save it until I have enough. Period. Looks like nobody has enough. Okay, I'm a little sad about that, but it is what it is. What about you, Squire? Okay, for Delita specifically, because I don't give a fuck about him because he's a guest, for the whole time he's in your party, Delita will be a guest. Therefore, you cannot control him. Can be good sometimes, can be bad. I recommend giving him Defend right off the bat. I don't give a fuck about giving him any other moves. Just give him Defend, so we can, when he goes out and jumps in the middle of a bunch of enemies because you can't control it, let him defend himself. Definitely grab that. And I think you have to select it as well, or, yeah. Passive ability. Now, I guess this isn't technically a passive ability then, is it? Because Defend you actually have to activate on your turn. So what do they call this then? I forget what kind of ability they call this. I thought they called it a passive, but I guess not. Oh, she had Defend already? That's nice. Let me check and see if anybody else does. Anybody else got Defend? I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Equip Change, what Equip Change will let you do, which is weird, it doesn't cost you anything to learn the ability to Equip Change. Equip Change lets you actually change equipment in battle, like actual equipment, the items. You can do that in the middle of a battle, but only if you have that ability equipped. Otherwise, you can't do it. 99.99% of the time, I'll never do that, so it doesn't matter. Alright, the last option we have here that matters is Change Job. Guess what that does? It allows us to change jobs. Now, Rams is the main character in the game, so if you do change his job, he will not change his appearance. So even if you change to one of these other ones, he will still look like he looks right here as a Squire. He'll never change his appearance. So yeah, that's fine. It's the main character. What do you expect? But these other characters, like the Squire, if I actually change him, he will actually turn into a chemist and look exactly like the chemist. If the characters are, or the jobs are grayed out like this guy has, that means this character cannot become archer or knight. Now, one cool thing you can do, once you've unlocked a job, if you're not sure how you unlocked it, select, you can see the description. Prerequisite to unlock this job is level 2 Squire. Well, right now, he's a level 1 Squire. How can you tell that? There's no thing on here that says the level of the job you are right now. I think you just have to go to his ability page to find that out. Does it say it on here? Do I have to actually go here? It says it right here, right? Level. That's the column that says LV dot. That's the level of that job. So right now he's level 1, Squire and Chemist. When he hits level 2, he'll unlock Knight and Archer. When you hit level 2 Chemist, you actually unlock other jobs as well, but nobody hit that, so that's why you don't see those jobs here on the change job screen. So yeah, right now everybody just has the base jobs except for Ramza. Apparently, for some reason, the Chemist also unlocked the Archer and the Knight. I'm not sure how that happened. And then Delita also got Archer and Knight because he took a bunch of turns, so it makes sense. I also just changed him accidentally. Delita will also not change appearance, in case you didn't know. Okay, did his equipment get screwed up, or are we good? I think it should. It does kind of like an auto-equip if you change anything around, so be careful of that. These last two, you can remove units from your party. If you try to remove a main character, it just basically tells you fuck off. If you try to remove one of your other people who matter, or your other characters, it'll actually ask you if you want to. Say no, unless you really want to. I probably will eventually, but I'm not going to do it right now. And last but not least, you have Order Unit, which this is how you sort your characters. If you want to sort them by number, they're automatically assigned a number based on where they were when they joined the party. The rest of them you can sort, by other stats. I don't particularly want to do that, but I just did. So. Actually, we should start at the top and go like this. Back the way it was. Yep, there you go. Alright, that's pretty much the menu. The other thing we want to show real quick before we try to leave here, when you are on a town or a castle or whatever, you can click on it with the circle button, and you can actually visit things here. So let's check out the bar. The bar, with its catchy tune. Gotta love it. Alright, so at the bar for now, all that's available is rumors. These are basically storyline things. They usually just pertain to things going on in the world of the game during the certain moments, story segments of the game. So right now in the game we're talking about the Death Corps, which is essentially a group of thieves, a very big group of criminals and mercenaries that are called the Death Corps. We got King Amdoria, who's apparently sick or whatever, if you want to read all this, but he's not doing well, essentially. And then we got the 50-Year War, which is a whole backstory thing about the 50-Year War that has a bunch of people that don't matter in this story at all. It's just a bunch of hooey, balooey, bajooey. If you want to read it on your own time, go ahead. There's a few names in here that you might recognize or care about later, but right now they mean nothing to us. But otherwise, yeah, it's just a bunch of backstory about the 50-Year War, which is something that happened before this. Essentially, there's a bunch of heroes and people who came out of that war that are still alive in this world, which matter. And we'll talk more about them as we go. The other options here are shop. So let's check that out real quick. This is where we can buy ourselves some new armor, weapons, items, whatever. Nothing here that we don't already have that we need. We don't have any mages or whatever, so the staves and the rods are useless to us at the moment. They only sell hats and clothes, which everybody already has. And yeah, you can buy some more Phoenix Downs and potions if you need. I'm actually gonna go ahead and buy like 6 potions. Potions are gonna be actually, yeah, that's fine. And I already have 3 Phoenix Downs. That'll be fine. It's kind of expensive this early on. I mean, we only have $4,200 down there. We want to be a little picky with what we actually spend our money on. I can sell a couple extra daggers. We definitely won't need extras. They are the worst weapon in the game. Same with the armors. If you have any extras, sell them. They are the worst. It wouldn't hurt to sell some of these better items if you really need money, but I'm gonna hold off for now. I don't need the money badly right now. But yeah, nothing really of note to buy at the moment other than items if you need them, or think you will need them. Anyway, and last but not least, we have the Soldier Office, which is very important if you would like to customize anything about your team. In fact, I was thinking about it last episode, and I know I started off by picking the party members I want to use. I was thinking about it, like, do I really like the names I start off with? I feel like my names are kind of weak sauce. I feel like I should change some of the names. Oh, wait. Oh, I can't change names. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, so let me go ahead and explain why I can't, or, well, how this works. If you have any monsters in your team, there's a way to get monsters on your team later. You can actually change their names. But you also can name party members. The problem is you can't name the ones you start the game with. So you're pretty much stuck with whatever they got named. If you're okay with that, fine. If you really don't want to do that, you can hire new ones. So, yeah, as you can see, there's a price for that. You have to spend $1,500 or $1,400. I don't know why the female's cheaper. Racist. Yeah, you can spend money on that, and basically it'll randomly generate a soldier for you. This is a squire, doesn't have a name, it gives you random stats and everything. Basically, no, I don't want to hire him. No. And you could just keep doing this until you get one that you want based on their stats. If you don't like their stats, you can redo it. I mean, this is what people do when they try to make a great party for compatibilities and stuff that I was talking about last episode. This is not something I'm going to do, but apparently when you make a new character, that's when you can name them. I thought you could rename them, but I was wrong. You can only rename monsters. Well, let's never mind then. We're stuck with who we have then. Fuck it. It costs too much money to start over early on. I don't have the money, and I don't want to spend the money. So we're just going to live with the names we were given, and God bless us all. Alright, let's go to Mandalia Plain, shall we? Nope. First we got a scene. I knew that. That's why I wanted to just do it real quick. We are going to go to Mandalia Plains today. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. It might be the only thing we end up doing. Shit, man. I talked for fucking 15 minutes plus straight already. Good lord. But I felt like we needed to go over the menu, because that way when I'm doing the stuff later, I don't have to explain any of it, because I'm going to be flying fast and furious through the menu later when I'm just like learning stuff and doing things. Anyway, having attained the highest rank of Heavenly Knight, brave Balbanes, that's how I pronounce it, Balbanes, was facing his last days. Who's Balbanes? A Heavenly Knight, apparently. The end of the 50-Year War, the Beol residence. So I believe this is another flashback that happened even before everything we just saw. And looks like some people standing around a bed. How goes the battle? Through swift action, we were able to recover Limberry. It's only a matter of time before the Ordalia army leaves Zeltenia. Don't worry. The secret messenger. Ah, man, It's going to be hard to distinguish between Dystark and Zalbag here. How do I want to do this? The secret messenger sent to Count Lunario has returned. Count Lunario has agreed to your plan. Good. Then, at last, this long war will finally come to an end. Father! Don't cry, my daughter. Where is Ramza? Just when we need him most. Dystark, Zalbag, my beloved sons. Take care of Ramza. He may be your half-brother, but he is my own flesh. There he is. Father! Lower your voice. I'm glad you came. Let me look at you. Father, it has been a long time. You've become a fine young man. You started the academy in spring, don't you? Listen, Ramza, Epiolf has served the royal family for generations. The warrior spirit is in us. Never shame your name. Never tolerate injustice. Living true to your heart is the warrior's way, the Beolf way. I understand, Father. Dalit is a good boy. He should serve you well. I've asked the Dean to accept him into the academy. It shocked the Dean a bit. He will serve you well. Treat him well. Yes, Father. Take good care of Alma. Become a fine knight, Ramza. And rip to Ballbanes. Yep. The head of the Beol family dead, and all his kids sat around watching. Rip. Very sad, but there you go. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. Alright, well then, that happened. Okay, now that that has happened, I'm going to save it real quick just in case, so I don't have to watch that scene again. You know. Just to be on the safe side. Probably going to make sure we save it a lot in this game. But anyways, we got all our equipment set up, we got all our skills set up. Let's go to Mandalia Plains, shall we? As I already said, if it's red on the map, you're probably going to fight a battle there. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, so I think the way we want to do this is we want to start off by having the chemist right here on the far left. Trust me, you want the chemist there. It'll make sense in a second. As for Ramza, I think you want to leave Ramza here, and I'm going to put... Oh, we can only use... Oh, we only get 4 in this one. Okay, so I was talking about how I was only going to use 3 other characters besides Ramza. Well, this is our first example of that right off the bat. So Dylan and... who was the squire I was using? It was her, right? Francis, yeah. Just have to get used to who I want to use. I'm probably going to end up getting rid of the characters I don't want to use just so I don't have to worry about sorting through them. But for now, I'm kind of just keeping them for the moment. Maybe just to kind of see what you guys think and say before I really make a final decision on how we're doing this. But anyway, this is our setup for this battle. Let's go! Commence the battle. The battle of Mandalia Plains. Are you ready? That fucking prep music is so nostalgic, man. Everything in this game is nostalgic for you, man. Alright, check it out. Still breathing. What do we do? Don't be stupid. We just need to get the Marquis. Right. Hey, don't blame us. Blame fate. So this guy seems to be getting his ass kicked or something. What? Damn, the Hakuto Knights. Damn right, Butcher. Death Corps. They attacking someone? Alright, so, weirdly enough, you get to choose whether or not you're here to destroy the Death Corps guys, or if you're trying to save the guy that they're hitting. It's kind of weird, but I recommend, for the purposes of later battles, I would choose this one. If you choose this one, it'll help you during this battle. If you choose this one, it'll help you in a later battle. So I recommend doing it in the later battle, because this is an early battle, it is not hard. So let's choose the bottom. Don't disgrace the knights. Saving him comes first. So essentially, our objective here is a little different. We have to actually save Algus. That's his name. We didn't actually get to catch his name, but we learned it from that. So we basically can't let him die. If he dies, you get a game over. So that's another reason why I tried to save it before we started this, because it can be a little tricky sometimes. Reinforcements? Thank God. Okay, he's thanking God. Meanwhile, he's bashing some fools, so that's good. Now what okay, he's kind of stuck there in where he's at right now. He can't move. Oh, this is our first look at a thief, by the way. That is the thief class. That guy with the feather hanging out of his hat, I guess you want to call it. It's our first look at a thief. Yeah, basically they're just going to jump the shit out of him, so you got to be careful here. Yeah, that's part of why I put the chemist. Two things. I put the battle boots on my chemist, right? And I put the chemist over there on the left. And the chemist can also throw items. So there's 3 reasons why I put the chemist where I put it. Now also note there's this kitty cat over here. Be wary of him. He can be a little bit of a bitch. That's our first look at a regular monster type enemy. We're just gonna move as close as we can right off the bat. And I don't really have anything else we can do right now, so we're just gonna have to wait it out. Yeah, these early battles are just gonna be a lot of moving and waiting because we're not close enough to do anything else. Moving and waiting. But the chemist, however, is gonna move as far as she can go and throw an item straight to my boy Algus over here. Make sure he don't die. Probably didn't need to move up as far as I did there, but too late. Keep Algus alive. Operation, if he dies, you die. Let anyone else in your party die. Also note you can kind of rock the map up and down to help you see. You can also spin it all 360 degrees. Well, it's basically 4 directions. 4 degrees, 4 locked in positions of 360 degrees. 90 degrees rotations, I guess you could call that. The kitty cat wants to come get some right away, huh? Alright, so Algus, if you're smart, you'll run away, but apparently he's not, so that's cool. He backed up to throw a stone at that guy. How nice. Good thing is this battle does not contain a bunch of dudes who can heal, so all damage will matter here. Every little bit of damage we do should be good to go. And I think if they surround him enough, they won't all be able to hit him, so that'll be good. Ow. Let's get my team up in here and start wailing away. You got this, Ramsey. Let's go. Boop. Get my boy Dylan up in there. Dylan. Smack bitch. Thanks. My girl Francis. Get her up in there. Smack the bitch down. Your boy, level up. Your boy. See what Delita can do. He is not in a position to do much. My only concern right now is making sure I get in position to heal. But I think we're going to be fine. And Squire over there is just going to run like a little baby back bitch. Alright. Let's go ahead and just heal Algus up. Keep him alive, man. He dies, go. Should be a pretty easy battle. Like I said, the only enemy here I'm really worried about is this guy right here, the frickin' Panther Adonis. These panthers can be dangerous, man. The good thing is, though, they only attack. They're only the same level as you are. Well, until you leveled up on that attack. They stay at the same level you are, which is nice. Unlike other battles where the enemies, or I shouldn't say that. No, in this case, the enemies have set levels based on the battle you're in. So, like right now, all the enemies should still be level 1. Yeah, they're still level 1. In general. If they level up in the battle, that's a different situation. But they should all be level 1 to start. Anyway, other than that, though, in a random battle situation, which I will talk about random battles more later, but yes, random battles are a thing in this game. You will have to contend with them in certain points, and I'll have to talk about that and deal with that as we go. But just know that enemies level up with you in random battles, which can be a bad thing. It can be a very painful thing. We'll deal with that when the time comes, though. For now, we're beating down Squires. Do that 8 damage. You know. I'm actually just going to heal myself and stand still. Nah, I'm going to move. Well, where am I going to move to? That's fucking Panthers over there. I don't like it. I actually am going to stay here. Let's go over here. Bop this fool real quick. Bop him. He's surrounded. He's fucked. Get him, Delita. Let him know. This is actually going a lot better than I expected. I'm just wailing the hell out of these fools. So yeah, for storyline purposes, most of the time this is how the battle's going to go. I'm just going to beat the shit out of all the enemies. I will mention that in most of the battles, if not all of them, I will try to kill every enemy, depending on the battle. Some of them are a little more absurd than others. But there are cases where, you know, if you kill one certain target, the battle will automatically end. In this case, like I said, if Algus dies, you know, you get a game over just from that alone, which can be a bad time. I'm actually going to go ahead and just keep using potions with her. That way my actual people who do more damage can do the attacking. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure every turn people get experience here. Like, more experience, more JP. Right now our goal is to get that JP up on every character. Gain JP up. We want to try and get everybody to 200 JP on the Squire class, essentially. Rams is already good, so everything he gets is just icing on the cake at this point. And we want to try to kill all of the enemies that we can before the other enemies start disappearing. Alright, so... I don't know, do I want to smack Algus or do I want to smack Delita? I kind of want to smack Delita. Yeah, I'm going to smack Delita, fuck it. All the other enemies are dead already. Yeah, so this is what I do to grind most of the time in games, guys. Or in this game, rather. I usually let my characters attack each other. Yeah, that's how I do it. And then what I do basically is I rotate. I attack and I heal. I attack and I heal. I attack and I heal with my own characters. And I will do that all the time, just so people don't have wasted turns. Does it make sense? I think it makes sense. Now in this case, I can't exactly go all out too hard because Algus, if he dies, we lose, and he's an AI, so he's pretty much going to go over there and finish off the guys for us. So I'm just going to let him kind of do that for us. I'm not going to even bother. I am going to kill this thief over here with Ramza, but otherwise I'm going to leave that Squire in the corner alone and let somebody else go get him, whether it be the Litter or Algus, I don't care. I'm just going to make sure Ramza doesn't die right here so I can deal that shit. So another thing about Ramza, if he gets downed, he'll have the numbers over his head, and if he disappears before the battle's over, that's a game over. So even if he gets downed, you're not game overing yet. You only game over if he dies for like all the way. If he dies all the way. I'm gonna go use dash. I didn't really explain dash, but it can knock people, which I did say. But what it can also do, or what also is good about it, is it's a 100% chance of hitting. You never miss when you use dash. It's just sometimes it doesn't always do as much damage as it says it's going to do. So like it said it was going to do 9 and I only did 3. That happens a lot as well. Alright, as for her, I'm actually going to go ahead and use her to chop Delita. She only does 12 damage. Yay! Now she's Chemist level 2 as well. So we have some new job classes with her, which is what I was hoping to do in this battle. Get her to have the next set of job classes that Chemist unlocks. Let's see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna keep dashing Delita. So the other thing I want to note that I didn't talk about yet is with AI characters in general. Usually when they die, if they're guests, they cannot die forever. So if they die in a battle and they're downed, their numbers will not pop up over their head. So you don't have to worry about that. It's very nice. I'm also going to use a potion on Ramza's self so he doesn't get rocked by that Squire out of nowhere. Yay! Ramza went up to level... Well, he probably went to level 3 already, huh? Is he level 3 Squire already? He is. Nice. There's no prereq for level 3 Squire right now, but just to be a higher level is always nice. Oh yeah, if you go up higher levels on certain job classes, that actually lets you get more JP. So basically my JP multiplier gets higher and higher. So like if you max out your JP, or your class, you'll get the maximum amount of JP per turn. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Either way, another reason why I'm doing this battle the way I am is so I can pick up the dead enemies' items and stuff if they happen to drop items or crystals. I really only will do this in battles where we're fighting real enemies. If we're fighting monsters, I will guaranteed not wait around like this. Problem is, I think Algus is going to go finish off that Squire right now as soon as he gets a turn. So I'm going to try to just keep making sure we keep using up our turns to get some extra JP and experience. Another item, I'm going to grab that. Free dagger. Means like free little bit of money. I'm pretty much just gonna cycle this money through to buy more potions, because as you can see, I go through potions like a madman. This is my strat to level up, dude. You guys are watching it live. This is how I do things. And like in battles where I will do off-screen random battles, like I was talking about random battles, which I will show some random battles probably at some point, maybe not all the time. But in general, this is how I will grind. I will kill all but one enemy, and then I'll sit around and I'll attack and heal until I basically ran out of potions and stuff. And then I'll cycle the money I win from the battle back into buying more potions and wash, rinse, repeat. Now again, I'm not going to do a ton of grinding in this game, but I will be doing some. And it'll mostly just be because there's just some abilities that cost way too much JP to learn, and you're going to want to grind a little bit, and doing the story battles only will not get you enough. Anyway, Algus is about to finish this battle off, so goodbye and good night. Goodbye. Are you okay? Barely, but the Marquis. Marquis? You mean Marquis Elmdor? Yeah. Who are you? We're military cadets. I think we can help. Tell us more. Tell us more after we have our congratulations. Yay! We are victorious! For winning this one, we get only 700 monies. And we get a couple potions. Replenish my potions that I just used up. I had 10 and I think I used like 8 of them. So definitely gonna have to reload on some potions. And I will do just that. But first, I'm Algus of the Limberry Aegis Knights. Aegis? I don't know, I said Aegis, but so I've played games where they say Aegis, Xenoblade, but I don't know, I always said Aegis. Limberry Aegis Knights. A knight? I mean a cadet, like you are. I'm Ramzabiolv. This is Delita, a good friend. Biolv of the Hakuten? Excellent. How lucky I am. What? What? I beg you, please help me save the Marquis. What are you talking about? The Marquis is still alive. They've kidnapped him. He will be killed if we don't act fast. I don't know what I would do if... So please, help me. Please. Relax. We don't know for sure he'll be killed. There must be some reason for Deathcore to take him. They might have made some demands. There must be some reason for Deathcore. Yeah, okay. There's nothing... I was just trying to figure out if that was grammatically correct. Anyway, besides, there's nothing we can do. The Marquis has been kidnapped, or was kidnapped. And I'm sure now, by now, everyone in Eagrose Castle's up in arms. First, we should go to Eagrose and report. Alright. Sound like a plan? Alright, let's do that. Alright, we're off to Eagrose Castle, as we were supposed to do anyways, and we're gonna go report. So let's do that, shall we? Yeah, I think we shall. We can fit that in this video, in this episode. Just note, I know what I said about the red dots usually meaning you're going to fight a battle right now, but in this case, we're not going to fight a battle when we get to Eagrose, actually, so let's just go. Just going to be some scenes here. No battle today. No battle today. Yes, no battle today. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, 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 beep. Man, the music in this game is so nostalgic, man. Oh, God, I love it. I love it so much. I hear you beat the first troops. I'm proud of you. I'm proud to be your brother. The senior statesman spoke highly of you. You are truly descended from Boyors. I don't know what happened to the voice I did earlier. I forgot what it was. Thank you. Aren't you happy? Oh, yes, I am. Thank you for your kind words. You might have heard about the enemy attacking Elmdor's carriage and kidnapping him. What would you have us do? I've already had Jarbak send out a search party. They'll probably demand ransom if he's still alive. Highness, please let me have 100 soldiers. I beg you, let me avenge my comrade's murder. I said it's taken care of. Didn't you hear me? Galleon is a ditty place for you. Let us handle it. But think of your rank, Algus. Have you forgotten you're just a soldier without a rank or of knighthood? Ugh. I want you to guard Eagrose Castle. It shouldn't be so difficult. Danger probably won't get this far. Okay. I think we can handle that. Defense. Apparently Zalbag's got this, so I'm not even gonna trip, man. He's got this. My family was once respected like the Beowulfs. My grandfather was captured during the 50-Year War. He sold his friends out to the enemy to save himself. But as he left the castle, he got stabbed in the back by a cadet just like myself. One of my grandfather's friends managed to escape and spread the story around. Of course, my father didn't believe it, but everyone else did. They deserted him. Rank, Dice Dog would never meet with someone like me. Delita! Tata! Elma! Zalbag! Hey! Hey! How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Look at him hop across that pond like it ain't nothing. Brother Ramsay, you came back. Long time no see, brother. I heard how you beat the thieves in Garland. That's worthy of a Beowulf. I'm sure Father would have been pleased with you. Thank you. Haven't changed a bit. You don't like that much, eh? Delita, you look good. Heard about your role also. Just look how happy Tata is. Delita, I'm glad you're doing well. And you also. How's your schooling? Fine. Everyone is so nice to me. I'd like to talk more with you, but I must hunt down some thieves. Pardon me. I pray for your victory. Pray for something else. I got this. The Death Corps have demanded a ransom. What? I can't understand it. The Death Corps claim to be anarchists, but they only rob and hurt the nobility. It's hard to believe they would kidnap the Marquis just for money. Absurd. Why, they're nothing more than knaves, I say. The spy we sent still hasn't returned. He's probably in trouble, but the nobles say there's no need to search for his whereabouts. Where was he when you last heard from him? A trade city called Dorder, east of Gallione. Guarding a castle is boring work, don't you think? What are you trying to say, Zalbag? What are you trying to say? Tata, I'm sorry. We must go. Don't worry about me. Just take care of yourself. Don't worry. I'll come back safely, so be a good girl. Well then, let's go, Alcus. Scooby-Doo-Boo-Boo. What Tata said is not true. Actually... Something wrong with Tata? She's been picked on at school because of her rank. Sorry, I shouldn't have worried you like that. Tata'll be okay. I'll be there for her, trust me. I'm not worried, but don't you overdo it. You're the one going too far to meet their expectations. Just be yourself and don't be restricted by your name. You sound like our mother. Ramsa. Gotta have that cool wind blowing effect. Look at that hair and that dress go! Silly. It's not really silly so much, it's just, it's a thing. Okay, so that happened. Alright. So now that that has happened, our brother said we should go to Dorder. He kind of like was like, oh, it's boring here. Why don't you maybe go check out Dorder or something? I don't know. So Dorder Trade City will be our next main destination. But before we go there, let's check out Eagrose Castle. There should be new rumors and possibly new things to buy. Actually, there's no new rumors. I take that back. But there should be new things to buy here. Which include the longsword. Oh yeah, the longsword. We also have bronze helmets and leather helmets. Basically, they have the armor for if you want to have a knight class, which is nice. You can also buy battle boots. Very nice, but way too expensive to be buying this early on in the game. And also, more items. We are definitely going to be loading up on... I'm going to buy like 16 potions. I go through them like fucking ridiculous. How much much is a longsword? It's a 5 hundo? Okay, here's what we're going to do first. I'm going to go into my menu, see what I really need to do, because now we have Algus as a guest as well. So now we have 2 guests. I highly recommend you take this longsword from his ass and never give it back. No, you don't have to do that. You can just buy more, which I'm going to. But I'm taking that one from him for the moment. I may not buy him a new one. He can have a regular one until I decide that I want to give him another one. I'm also going to take his battle boots, because fuck him. I want those battle boots, and I'm going to give them back to my main character, because fuck you. I want your boots, and you can't have them. Is there anything else I want to make sure I do before we go? See, the thing is, we're this early in the game, and I already feel like we should grind a little bit, but let's take a look at what I've unlocked so far from just doing what I've done. Okay, I'm really close already, but as you can see, somehow, Ramza also got level 2 Chemist. I didn't really talk about how this works, but you don't necessarily have to be the job to get enough, or to get JP for that job. If you have other characters that you're using that are the other jobs that you have, you will also get like a little bit of JP for your other characters. It's kind of weird how it works, but basically since I have a Chemist and I also have the Chemist class available, I'm actually getting JP from my Chemist when Chemist does stuff for everyone else who also has the Chemist class. It's very strange how it works, but that's how it works. That's why Ramza was somehow able to go up to level 2 Chemist without actually having never been a Chemist. And for getting level 2 Chemist, you unlock the Priest and the Wizard. Remember when I said that White Mage and Black Mage were renamed for some reason? Well, Priest and Wizard are White Mage, Black Mage. Priest being the White Mage, Wizard being the Black Mage. For Ramza specifically, we're probably never going to make him a Mage, but it's there if you need it for whatever reason. The move I want to learn next with Ramza actually, because we already learned Gain JP Up, is actually Yell. It's a very nice move to learn. It raises speed for a character within the range of 3, or I think you can use it on yourself maybe. If not, then whatever. It's very useful. Obviously, boosting your speed in a battle about taking turns, very, very good ability to have. I want to learn that next. I'll probably be learning that when I grind a little bit. Damn, I'm short by 1 freaking JP. Are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me. He did get to level 2 though, so he did get Knight and Archer unlocked. So that's fine. I also used Francis, who did get to level 2 as well. She got enough JP. Okay, cool. So let's learn Gain JP up. Make sure everyone learns this ASAP, for sure. And then, yeah, you're my other person I used. She did not get enough either, but that's because she's not a Squire. I may switch her over to a Squire if I grind, just to get her enough JP quickly. I might do that. Yeah, I think I will do that, actually. But otherwise, her Chemist ability, I didn't really get a ton for that either. But as for the other ones, she's going to probably end up being the one we switch into a Mage first, whether it be a Priest or Wizard, I haven't decided yet. But yeah, most likely she will switch over to a Mage soon, but I don't know. Actually, we are definitely going to grind a little bit. So, because she already has what I need other than Gain JP up, I'm actually going to change her to a Squire because I want to get Gain JP up. I do. So I'm going to do that. Does she have a broadsword at least? No. Who has the other broadsword? I gave it Algus. Okay, so if I go into a random battle, I'll just tell you this now, you will not have guests. Guests will not be available for random battles. So, that being said, actually, you know what? I'm not actually going to leave that on him. I'll take the mithril knife off this guy. And I'm going to go ahead and give it to... Who was I going to give that to? I was going to give it to Gina, right? Yeah, Gina. Okay. So, I'm making this... Remember, I'm doing this so I can get her Gain JP up. I'm also doing... Anybody else I want to switch? So other things I want to get ready for the upcoming battles. I want to make sure I have an Archer. I want to make sure I have a Wizard and a Priest. So a Black Mage and a White Mage. So I want to make Gina my White Mage, right? So what does she... Wait, what can she learn right away? She already has... You can already get a little bit of JP just by default. I want to make sure that my Wizard or my Priest has Protect. Okay, so she actually has enough for Protect right off the bat. And Cure. So that's good. Actually, that's fantastic. So I won't actually have to grind at all as a Priest. I already have the moves I want. So this is perfect. In that case, grinding her as a Squire will be fine. The other thing I want to do is whoever else I'm going to make a mage, I want to have them learn or become a wizard, and I want them to learn something as well. The problem right now is none of my other guys have got the chemist level 2, so I'm going to have to switch one of them. I think I might make the other girl a chemist. Yeah, let's do that. She already has gain JP up, so that's actually perfect. Yeah, okay, so she's good. Let's switch her to chemist. We're going to probably make her the other mage, I think. I think I will. Just have the 2 girls be the mages, at least, you know, for now. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I think I'm okay with that. In that case, let me go back to Gina. Switch her shit back to broadsword, and then I can put the mithril knife on Francis. That'll be good. Okay, cool. I'll leave the battle boots where I have them for now. I'll probably move those around at some point as well. And then Dylan, who is my other guy, who I wish had gained JP up already. He missed it by 1 point. Unbelievable. You know what? I'm going to switch him. Am I? I guess I don't have to. I don't have to. What else can you learn as a squire? Oh, you can learn move +1. Okay. Yeah. It'd be nice to learn move +1 with as many characters as possible. Okay, I'm gonna leave him as a squire. I am gonna make him an archer, but none of the archer abilities are really that needed right away. I would say none of them are. There's some good stuff here. Speed save, arrow guard. You know, those are some good stuff. We'll talk about those as we go. But for now, I don't feel like I need to have those abilities. The only thing we're gonna make sure we have is the weapons that we need to be an archer. So a crossbow and all that situation. So let's make sure we have what we need for that. Is that stuff we have to buy here? If we're not going to switch anybody to knights or anything right now, I'm not going to worry about armor. But we do need to make sure we have a bow gun. We need to make sure we have an escutcheon. In fact, can escutcheons be equipped on... They cannot be equipped on squires. Squires cannot hold escutcheons. Okay, or shields, rather. Alright, that's all I was checking here. So I got a bowgun, I bought a shield. The armor is only for knight classes or other heavy classes, so I don't think squires can wear them. In fact, I know they can't. We just tried to do best fit, nothing worked. I think otherwise, just buying a few extra potions, because I am going to do at least one random battle to grind. You already saw how I'm going to grind, so there's really no reason for me to show it at all. However, I will buy longswords. I'm going to buy 2 extra longswords. No, wait. If I'm going to switch to an archer, a priest, and a wizard, I don't need extra longswords, actually. I'm only going to buy 1, then. Just 1. And that's just so Delita can also have 1. Yep, I'm not going to go overboard on buying a new weapon for everybody. Yeah, that's good. I'm good with that. But for now, I will give it to somebody. I'll give it to him, but I'm saying it's going to be for Delita in the long run. Yeah, that should be fine. I'm probably going to call that an episode there, I know. So basically what I'm going to do, it might not happen right away, but what can happen is when you walk over one of these green areas that you've been past before, I believe it's a 50-50 chance that you'll run into a random battle. Sometimes you'll walk right over it, no battle, which is what you want most of the time because you're just trying to get from one place to another. But the other half of the time, you're going to hit a random battle. Most of the time, it'll just be random enemies, like monster enemies, not necessarily human enemies. So it'll be, you know, one of those panthers, or some of the ones you saw from the beginning, like goblins, or bombs, or, you know, the ghosts, you know, all sorts of stuff. There may be some select random battles I do show, especially if they happen in the middle of an episode where I'm trying to get from one place to another. That may happen, or I may just cut. But either way, I will probably show some. Especially if they're in unique areas that only get shown because of random battles. But so far, we don't have any of those. We just got started. I've talked a lot today, haven't I? Okay, so off screen, I am going to grind a little bit. I want to get I want to make sure I get everybody gain JP up. I want to get Ramsey Yell. I want to make sure everybody has the jobs available that I need. So, like, I want to get unlock Wizard on that girl so I can actually use Wizard. And otherwise, that's the main things I want to do. And I'm going to do those off screen. And in the next one, we'll go to our next area, which is Sweegie Woods. I'm excited. I'm excited about it really, really hard. Hope you guys are too. I'll see you guys then. Peace!